this is a comparison video. This is a Westfield ministrat. Yeah, I'm thinking of putting, well, I'm going to put, I've got humbucker pickups, which I just bought from China, the blade ones. Open the bag, and then they're in another bag. Yeah, very good. Let's see where that landed. Like so. So they are single coil sized humbuckers. I bought 3 of them just because they were so cheap. I think the exchange rate was all messed up a couple of weeks ago. They were honestly £3 something each, free postage. So I thought I'd put them into this wee mini guitar, which does work on its own right. This is I had a mini guitar before. It's a 22.5 inch scale, which I believe is the same as a Fender Dual Sonic. So it's a usable scale. The one I had before didn't look that much smaller than this, but you couldn't actually tune it to E. The intonation was all off and the strings were too floppy, so you had to tune it to an A to make it work, and it's like, I can't be bothered. I was playing my capo, I don't like capos. So this one holds E tuning. So that's the bridge single coil. No, it's a bridge single coil when the switch doesn't, it needs to fix the switch. That's a bridge single coil. That's the position 2. Middle pickup. 4. Then neck and zone. Jones on the full. Yep, so it was really just a reference to see. I'm going to put those pickups in it and see what happens. I've got kind of a full of options. I'm not really that keen on this guitar because it's black. I don't really like black guitars much. Just in saying that. Scale, for comparison scale, there's a Strat. So it's that much bigger. Yeah, it's black as well, but it's a MIDI one, so it's too expensive to paint. I'm thinking of painting this one yellow, or maybe like tiger stripes or something, and fitting those. Well, either one humbucker in the bridge, or just sticking the 3 of them in it if they sound good. So I can always go back the way. And I was also toying with the idea, depending how I got on with it, putting in a 3-way switch, which would a 2-way switch just to turn on the bridge pickup on its own, which would mean you get the other combinations. That makes sense. So if it just turned on the bridge pickup, no matter what happens, if you had it on this selected neck pickup, and you hit the switch, it would put the bridge pickup on, so you get like the telly with the outside 2 on, and missing out the middle one, yeah. Or if you put it into position 4 and did that, you've got all 3 pickups on at the same time. So I was thinking of doing that, and I've also got a 9-pole 2-way switch, which I used for putting a coil tap in a Yamaha, but I could also put I could tap all 3 of them, so the switch would be the 3 of these as humbuckers, or the 3 of these as single coils. So I'm not really decided what I'm going to do with it yet. It seems to be alright on its own. I've got a wee Marshall pocket. In fact, that's really what I was wanting to use it for. And I figured that this could probably do with the humbuckers more than what the big amp could, because I'm pretty sure it was pretty wiry through this. Dodgy switch. thin sounding through this wee amp. Obviously it's just only a wee amp, it's never going to sound actually like an amp anyway, but I figured humbuckers would give it a bit more oomph. And I'm also just going for, assuming that I don't think this was these were particularly expensive guitars. I think they were, you know, almost an Argos job. So it's probably got the cheapest pickups in the universe in it. Even though, to be totally fair, they sound, I mean, they sound pretty good. And these aren't the right strings. I keep noticing it going out of tune. I haven't actually bought strings for this one yet. I'm not sure exactly what type to get. These are off a guitar I bought that had reasonable strings on it, but whoever it was had had cut the strings too short, so they were hardly wrapped around the tuning posts, so the guitar held tune. But this has only got a short neck, so the strings were all long enough. Just like the idea of getting some for free. But I will put elixirs on it, I think. So it's a test to see what it's like with humbuckers in it. I might just use it in the second half of this video. Right, so magically this is part 2 of the video. It's now a couple hours later. It's now, I think it was maybe about 4 hours later. It took bloody ages. Right, so I've fitted the 3 blade humbuckers to it and a 9-pole switch as a coil split. They had to Dremel out the holes to take them. They're bigger than single coil pickups. I wonder if maybe that was why they were cheap. So if you're not quite if you don't have a Dremel basically, or not willing to sit and carve away at it, it won't fit straight into your Strat, these cheap pickups. So just for really a sound comparison, that's the bridge pickup. Position 2. Middle 3. 4. And then neck 5. Can't decide whether that's making any difference. It was working, but I think what's happened is I've knocked the wire off it when I was putting the scratch plate back on again, so I don't think the tone's working. Well, so that's all the single coil sounds. To be honest, I'm not sure they didn't sound better anyway, but if I put them on, if I make them humbuckers, there's single coil humbuckers. The big bends are different because you have to bend it a different amount because there's different tension in the strings. The guitar started going out of tune a wee bit now. As I said, these strings are old. I will be getting new strings, and I'll fix the tone control when I'm in it, and I'm probably going to paint it probably yellow because yellow guitars are pretty damn cool, and I've got yellow paint. So I wonder if the humbuckers make a big difference to this wee amp. I wonder if the neck humbucker gives it a bit more oomph. Sort of. levels. It's obviously still a pretty wee amp. Now it's out of tune. Yeah, the neck pickup maybe doesn't give it the sort of creamy niceness you get through a Marshall 50 watt. Whereas if you get a Marshall 1 watt, it's like, I think this one might be 2 because it's got 2 speakers. But it's good for playing outside and putting in your pocket. So, there'll be a video review of this, I think, whenever I decide I'm going to paint it. Depends how well I get on with it, to be honest. But the new pickups look rather good. And it was £9 something for the 3 of them because I got 10% off because I bought 3. The price did go up a bit, they're now $4.50 or something like that. But I've used the cheapest blade humbuckers you can get from China on quite a few things, and they really are good. They really are. They've got a sort of sound of their own, but it's a sound that I like. I would use. I mean, obviously a guitar like this isn't an expensive guitar anyway, so you could go and put Seymour Duncan's in it or something like that. You know, it's like spend £100 on it, but you can spend a tenner an upgrade. I think the switch was maybe quite expensive. I bought 2 of them, and I needed a 9-pole 2-way switch so I could individually coil tap each one. I put these exact pickups, or they weren't as cheap as this, but that was because it was a year ago, and a Hondo 12 string I had, and I left the middle one constantly coil split, so it was only one coil that was ever active, and then I had a push-pull pot which has got enough terminals to split 2 of them. Whereas this one, because it's a 9-pole switch, has got enough terminals to split all 3, so they can all be humbuckers. So you basically got a Strat or a 3 humbucker Ace Frehley Les Paul type sound in a tiny wee guitar, which works. And I think once I've put good strings on it and played it a bit, I'm going to actually be able to not gig with it, but it's going to be valid. Rock on.